Good evening, everyone. It's 4:45 here. Um, I'm going to talk about being comfortable today, and the Google Dictionary says, especially of clothes or furnishings, providing physical ease and relaxation. And number two, as large as is needed or wanted, or like a warm quilt. That is part of the definition. And then it also goes on to say comfortable, cozy, snug, easy, restful, mean enjoying or providing a position of contentment and security. Comfortable applies to anything that encourages serenity, well being, or complacency as well as physical ease. Okay, when I come into this camper, the furnishing the furnishings was not comfortable at all. Had a nice big enough bed. The mattress was, however, a futon mattress or whatever you want to call it. And of course, naturally, the other things that you sit on and laid on and stuff, it was made up mostly of beds within the camper. And the furnishings were not like a couch and a chair and stuff like that. They were camper, uh, made for campers. Just so much thick foam, and that was it, and covered. So that was not comfortable for me. And then come wintertime, naturally, then on top of not having a place to sit and be comfortable laying down, I was cold on top of that. I was not comfortable. Now, comfortable means a whole bunch of different things to a whole bunch of different people. Now, and it changes as you get older too. Now, had I been younger, in my teens and my 20s when I first come in here, it would have been great for me. It would have been fine. But as you age, y'all got to know this, and I know you have to know this, that as you age, it gets harder and harder to make yourself comfortable. And so, like I said, everybody's comfort zone is different than each other's. So when I finally realized what I had to do was I had to make me as comfortable as I could be, and that was finding a good mattress and bed to sleep in and be comfortable, and that was um, couch, chairs, those kind of things to be comfortable and to be warm. Now, so as long as I've got a good bed to sleep in and a good chair to sit in, or a couch, sofa, and I'm warm, I'm comfortable. I could not have a bit of food in the house, but I'm comfortable as long as I'm warm and I got a good place to sleep and a good chair to sit in. But, but a lot of people would say, well, I couldn't be comfortable if I didn't have any food, and I have to. A lot of people say, "Well, I have to have food to be comfortable." Well, that's understandable, yes. But I grew up with no food, so my comfort was we had a good bed to sleep in, we had chairs to sleep in, and we had a coal stove to keep warm by. As long as we had coal, We had our beds and our blankets. We had to make do. No food. We had our water. We had an outside spring. And we got presented food every once in a while. Our food would be sometimes some bologna sandwiches, and that one for that maybe we got some bologna sandwiches once a month. Sometimes somebody would give us some eggs. In summertime, we'd go out and hunt for berries. Sometimes on the weekend, we'd walk up to our aunts and have a Sunday dinner. But our comfort, we learned to be comfortable with a good bed, a good chair to sit in, and being warm. So I'm comfortable right now. And I've got food in the house. So, what is your comfort zone? Well, what would it take for you all to be comfortable? So, if I had what a lot of you guys you have, a lot of you guys out there that watch my videos have a really nice home, have plenty of food in your house to eat, have a nice yard. Some of you probably even have a swimming pool. Nice farm homestead where you got your um, grow your own tomatoes and corn and can make your own bread and you have your own chickens, different things like that. You have solar that you never do without electric. Some of you live in a warm climate year round, don't have to have heat. Well, I know it once in a while, though, it does get cold in some of them places. You have to have a little bit of heat, but not that much. But yeah, when I say comfort, for me, comfort means that. So, and as you get older, young people can live just about anywhere. They can live in their car. It don't bother them that much if they're sleeping in the back seat of their car that their legs are all crunched up and they can't stretch out and um, they got some money in their pocket. Run over and grab them a sandwich at McDonald's or someplace. See, but as you get older, I'm thinking positive though. I'm still thinking positive. I'm still saying that I'm healthy, whole, and strong. But our bodies do tend to do different things than they did when they were younger. I've got to have my legs stretched out. That's all there is to it. Be honest with you, I would be miserable living in a car. And unless, of course, the car had big enough seat that I could stretch my legs out in. But yeah, that's why when I'm in my bed, I am stretched all over that place. And of course, if I'm by myself, yeah, I've got that whole bed to myself. And anybody intrudes in that makes me very uncomfortable. Especially if they're cuddlers or my baby. When my oldest daughter was young, when she just I don't know, she's like 2 months old. She'd get on in that in between her dad and I and stretch herself out long ways and scoot just right out of the bed. That's just the way it was. But all you people out there, my advice to you is while you're young, Keep your body limber. Keep your body strong. Make sure that you're exercising and keeping your legs stretched and keeping all your muscles stretched. Because as you grow older, the body tends to want to do its own thing. But you got to discipline your body. Your body's like your brain, your ego. You've got to discipline it. Got to discipline your thoughts. Got to discipline your body, your muscles, to make sure that they're doing everything that they need to be doing for you to be comfortable in life. So yeah, is your home comfortable? Are you comfortable wherever it is that you're living? Like I said, I can live without food for a period of time, but I got to have a comfortable bed, comfortable chair, and or sofa to sit in. Well, I have a comfortable futon, I have a comfortable recliner, and I have a comfortable chair in my TV office slash room, and I have a very comfortable bed. So other than that, right now I got coffee. If I only had coffee to drink to fill my tummy, especially on a cold winter's day, and I'm warm and I'm nice and warm and got a nice chair to sit in, got my coffee to drink, I'm satisfied. I'm comfortable. And I do understand and realize, though, we still got to have food. But if I had an apple to eat, I'd be fine. If I had an orange to eat, I'd be fine. There were so many times in my lifetime that I went so hungry, weeks at a time going hungry. So, made it through. Here I am at 81, and I think maybe one of the reasons why I am 81 and still as active as I am is because I didn't have a bunch of man made food putting it into my body and messing my body up. And I know they say coffee's not good for you either, but they say a lot of things aren't good for you. I do know chemicals from meds ain't good for you. I know what they're doing to the air is not good for you. I know them keeping the sun away from us so much is not good for us. I know drinking water out of plastic bottles is not good for us. And I do have that from time to time. And I keep it for emergencies, like if because our water here is it's a well and it runs on a pump, and if the electric goes out, then we have no water. So I've lived I've lived in tents in my younger days, and it was just fine. We slept on a blanket on the ground. Slept very well in my younger days. But again, let me remind y'all that as your body ages, unless you've taken ex- excellent care of it, just anything isn't going to be comfortable for you. So, but remember, even though you do take care of your body, it's still going to change. Things are still going to be um, because you're still going to be in a process of trying to find a way to make yourself comfortable enough to be that you're not grumpy and grouchy all the time, and that you're content. But I don't know. I was sitting here drinking my cup of coffee. It's in the evening time, and I got a little bit of Mountain Dew, and I didn't want to sit and drink anything cold today. I just felt like having a cup of coffee. So But I did have to do a little bit of arranging because where my keyboard was sitting, it was still sitting there, but I had to angle everything in a different uh, way because when I sit down at the keyboard, I was trying to practice some of my songs that I don't have yet, but it's going to cost me an arm and a leg to get them. Well, I take that back. It's going to cost me a lot of money. It's not going to cost me an arm and a leg. Um, but I the one corner of my camper, it it slants downwards, and the one corner where I've got the where I have the keyboard and stuff, I was like helter keltered, sitting there trying to do anything there, and it was very uncomfortable. There you go, uncomfortable. I was not comfortable to be able to sit there and be able to do my music. And I've also found out that the um, seat that I'm sitting on, which it's a seat that comes along with like a piano bench or something like that, but it's not. It's just a little seat that goes with that kind of stuff. I am going to have to bring in my office chair to sit there to work, and or later on get me another office chair for that there, so I can, when my shoulders and stuff start hurting, um, so I can sit back and relax in the office chair while I'm doing that. So there are things that we need to do as we get older to truly be comfortable. There's no. I know a lot of people say, "Well, comfort." Well, you know what? If your body is uh, sore and hurting from not having the proper things to sit in and different things like that, then you're going to be miserable. That's just like me going outside. If I wanted to go outside and sit on the ground, I couldn't do that. I could lay on the ground, but I can't fold my legs like I used to be able to, like Indian style. I can't do any of that anymore. I can't even, at this point in time, like I'm sitting here in the chair right now. I couldn't sit like that out on the ground. There's certain things that as you age, you have got to have certain ways to be able to sit and lay and be able to enjoy life. So actually, I can't even lay on my belly anymore. Used to be able to, but I can't do it anymore. Not only because of my neck, but because of my back and because of my knee right now. So, what's comfort to y'all? Tell me in the comments, and um, we'll see what everybody else in this world thinks about what comfort is to them. So remember, a merry heart doeth good like a medicine. You can't have a merry heart if you're uncomfortable. You can try and try and try and try and try as you may. You might be able to do it for a bit. Now, I can laugh and laugh and laugh uncontrollably if I'm uncomfortable, but that don't last for hours and hours and days. But a broken spirit will dry up your bones. And remember, if you believe you can, if you believe you can't, you're right. All right, well, let's take that for a minute. If I believe that I can be comfortable sitting on the floor, is that going to be possible? No, what I do with that, I believe that I can have me a comfortable spot to sit. I don't have to sit on the floor. And if you believe you can, then do something about it. If you walk into your place and you ain't got no place to sit but to sit on the floor and you can't sit on the floor, well, what do? You believe that you can find you just the right comfortable chair to sit in without sitting on the floor. All right, you all have a great day.